Oh, am I audible? Can you hear me, guys? Am I properly audible? Okay, let us begin. Uh, Hello everyone. I welcome all of you to this session where we are going to conduct the second installment of what we are doing for C programming, and within that we are going to cover the function. Okay, so today's agenda, as I already told you, that we are going to cover function. With function we are going to also cover the local and global variable. Okay, so everything about that. So let's have the discussion of about function and what we have done yesterday. So yesterday we have already seen this about loops, control control statements, and yesterday we have seen different aspect of, okay, different aspect of for loop. So now we have seen for loop, that how does the for loop executes, okay, and some formula we have seen, that ub minus lb plus 1. If the for loop is something like this, I is equal to lb, I less than equal to ub, and I plus equal to k, then we have also done the formulation for this as ceiling value of ub minus lb plus 1 divided by k. Okay, so this we have already seen. Now about this ub minus lb plus 1, what about this situation? That situation was for a simple for loop where I will start with lb and I will be less than equal to ub, and we have done I plus plus. Okay, and we have done I plus plus, and for that we have seen that this comes with how many times loop execute. So ub minus lb plus 1, this many times the loop is get executed. So now here we'll talk about the function execution. We'll also talk about local and global variable, which becomes very important. And it's another part is also there where you can get the question out of it, and which is nothing but the how the variables are stored in a different place. Also we'll talk about little bit of activation record. Okay, activation record. So this is also one of the important concept, and we have seen that there are questions from the activation record. If you want to learn more about the activation record, this topic is covered in compiler design runtime environment. Okay, so are you ready for the discussion? Is it okay? Can we start? Can we begin the session now? Are you ready? Say yes, say no. Something. Can we start? Okay, so let's start the session, and let's directly jump into the function. Okay, the function, the every aspect of the function. So within this aspect, you can see that very good evening. That is great. First year, huh? What's your name? Okay. Hello everyone. Okay, so can we start the session? for the function C programming. If you are joining the first year for the C programming, understand that if you are a computer science student, your journey should be begin with mathematics. You should feel the entire mathematics related with this your branch specific mathematics. And if you are from CS, then start feeling the logic behind the programming. Okay, learn the syntax, learn simple programming. Okay, execute it. You'll love it. You'll enjoy that thing. Okay, whenever output will come, you will feel very, very, very satisfied. Okay, so develop the logic. So that is the thing you have to focus on, maths and logic. And logic begins with programming, problem solving ability. Okay, problem solving ability, and for that the tool is programming. Okay, tool is programming. Idea will come from this place. Okay, idea will come from here, but logic is something that syntax will come from programming. Now this is a simple template, and here when we talk about the function, then in this function the first thing we need to define whenever you are declaring a function. Okay, so what is basically a function here in this case, and what is the utility of the function? So now you think of a situation where there is a task, you are developing a very big project, and there is a task, let's say calculating the salary. Okay, and there are 100 employees are there. 100 employees are there. Let's say, let's have 1 lakh employee. 1 lakh employees there, and you have to calculate the salary of each employee. Okay, now if you are calculating salary of 1 lakh employee, then in that case the task that will be done should be repeated for 1 lakh times. Simple. Okay, the task of calculating the salary should be repeated for 1 lakh time, and same pattern or same type of the code will be repeated in your entire program. Okay, for employee 1 salary calculation, for employee 2 salary calculation, for employee 3 again, and that will be a redundant. There will be lot of redundancy will be there if you are writing for code for calculating the employee separately. Okay, separately. So what we can do here in this case is we can take this redundancy out of your program. And how can we do this thing? We can develop a code, a code which calculates the salary of the program. Okay, calculate salary of the employee, sorry, and we can call that function 1 lakh times, or even 100 times, or maybe 1000 times. Okay, so once the things that you are writing, you are developing a programs, it is unnecessarily getting bigger. Okay, if program having becomes bigger, let's write the same thing, becomes bigger, consist of redundant code. Okay, not a unique code, redundant code, a code that is getting repeated again and again. Okay, redundant code. Then we can make it manageable. Okay, make it manageable. And how we can, good evening everyone, how can we make it manageable? So to manage this redundant code, to manage this, okay, to manage this, we break the program into a smaller part. So first thing, what the function does, okay, what the function does is it breaks the entire program into a manageable unit. Okay, smaller parts. Okay, so it breaks the program into a manageable unit. So one of the core idea of the function is to break the problem into a smaller task part and create a function and call the function So that is the utility of the program. The entire code of a program is considered as a single logical unit. Okay, the entire code of program considered as single logical unit. That is the idea of the function, and this is how the managing things will start. How can you manage the things? Now, how to define the function? So before you want to define a function, there are many aspects are there. Learn it from the beginning. Okay, you have to define the first thing. You have to define the prototype of the function. Prototype of function. Okay, prototype of a function is consist of what? Prototype of the function consists of this thing, that is consist of return value. Okay, what is the value it will return? Name of the function, and parameter. Okay, list parameters. Okay. Now you can see here that in this case integer is the return value, and sometimes it surprises us that what is the return value when a function execute. So after completing, are you like it's something like we are going to perform a task, like in our home somebody said go and get sugar. Okay, so now you are the function, the parameter has been passed to you is a money. You go back, purchase the sugar, and come return value will be sugar. So the entire scenario you can imagine as a function, that if somebody said that this is the task you do is go bring the sugar, so parameter will be the money. You will go to the shop, ask for the sugar, and you'll come back with the sugar. So you are the function and sugar is the return value. So similarly here, the return value is after completing the task, if something will come out, it is not mandatory, always something will always come out. Name of the function and parameter that we are passing. So in this case, you can see there are two integer values been passed. Okay, so here the return value is, you can see the integer, name of the function is fun, and we are passing two integer value. Now here you don't get surprised, because in the mathematics in 11th and 12th, you always heard of this thing, f of x is equal to x square. Okay, now f is a function of x, and when I pass the value here, in this case is f of 2, answer will be 4. Okay, so now think of the same situation, that f of x is the parameter, and when the function will compute the value, 4 is the return value. Okay, now similarly you can have a mathematical function consist of two parameter, and let's say 2x plus y. Okay, so here if I say the parameter is 2 and 1, so it will become 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. So that same mathematical function has been here we have used. Now the prototype, why it is necessary to define the prototype? Because this is called forward declaration. Okay, what is it is called? Forward declaration. Forward declaration. Okay, why forward declaration is important? The forward declaration is important when the function will see, when the program will see your function name f, this fa fun. So he has no idea about this fun. He is completely unaware of this fun. If you do not declare it, then it will say where it come from, surprise. So he don't like surprise. Compiler programs, they don't like surprise. So whenever this term will come, fun a comma b, it has been already informed that it's a function, user defined function, and this is the prototype of it. It is taking two integer and return an integer here in this case. So this is the prototype of the function, and you can call it as a function declaration also, you can call, like it's a forward declaration, or this is forward declaration for what? It is also for function declaration. So you declared it. Okay, function declaration. You declare the function. Okay, function declaration here in this case. Okay, so that is the forward declaration for it. Now once you define it, you can use it. Okay. Function returns one value, but multiple value we can make the arrangement of it. I can return a pointer to an array. Suppose I want to return the entire, let's say, we can manage it. If required, we can manage. We can return an integer pointer, or then there's that pointer, but global variable. So we can manage it. But here, yes, one value. Now here in this case, this is when we come to the second part of the function. Okay, when we come to the second part of the function, it is true that it returns a single value, but we can do many things. If we want, we can force it. In Python, it can return double value. Pointer in Python, it can return the double. We'll come to that. Don't rush. You will get your chance to solve the problem. But here, you first let me. Now, once you done the forward declaration, you are free to call the function. Okay. Many things are there. First you understand, and then we'll go for it. Call the function. So now how to call the function? So for calling the function, look at here. It is written the function name, and it is passed the two integer value that is already been declared. I hope that you know that declaration part. So 10 and 20. Okay. 10 and 20. Now here in this case, these two are parameters that we are passing. And what is this parameter called it as? This is called actual parameter. Okay, this is called actual parameter. Any other name you know? Let me know in the comment. If you know any other name for it, then let me know in the comment. It is called actual. So we pass the parameter. Okay, the moment it will pass the parameter, now it will jump. Okay, control transfer. What it is called? Control transfer. Control transfer to where? Control transfer means it is doing one task, and it will I'll tell you where you'll get the notes. I believe that it is not being shared. Look at once in the app it is available or not. Okay, let me confirm it whether the notes will be available or not. Okay, let me confirm it. I'll get back to you. The standard reply of the corporate. Okay, we'll get back to you. Okay, once you give the interview in the any company, the standard responses. Okay, we'll get back to you. Okay, and they never get back to you. They never call if you're not selected. Okay, so if you selected, then they will call. Otherwise, they will never call you, and that is the standard term. We will get back to you. Okay, so I will also get back to you. Okay, now control transfer happen. Control will transfer where? Control will transfer to this part of the same program. It is not going anywhere. It is here only. Okay, and this part of the program, basically it is called as the function definition. Okay, so control will transfer. So let's see here in this. I want to write it separately. This is the function definition. Declaration already done. This is the function definition. So control will transfer. Okay, now you see there is a two copies. One copy is A and B, another copy is X by X and Y. Okay, two copies are there, A, B and X and Y. A and B is called as your actual parameter. Any other name if you know, let me know. Actual parameter. It is actual parameter. And X and Y is basically called formal parameter. Formal parameter. So when control will transfer, the first thing that happens here in this case is actual parameter copied, actual parameter copy to formal parameter, copy to formal parameter. So literally you don't need to do anything. you don't need to do anything. It is something like x is equal to a and y is equal to b. Actual parameter copied to the formal parameter. That's what I'm asking. What is the another name of actual parameter? What it is called? Huh? Argument? Are you sure? Huh? Are you sure it is called argument? Now this process of copying the actual parameter copy to the formal parameter is called call by value. Again, look at here what it is called. This process itself is called call by value. So in the interview, if somebody will say what is the meaning of call by value, then you can directly say that call by value is when we call the function, the parameter, which parameter, actual parameter or argument copied to the formal parameter, okay, or only parameter. So argument and parameter as I remembered. Now, so now it has been copied. Now they are ready. Okay, now it is ready. And function execution begins. X is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. Now, let me say that z is equal to x plus plus multiplied by, okay, plus plus y. So let me test that what will happen. X plus plus multiplied by y plus plus y. Okay, so what value I will use here? What value of x I will use? What value of y I will use? If you understand the post and pre decrement and increment operator, here increment is there. So x, what value I will use, and y, it is getting incremented. X will be incremented, but what value I will use? Old or new? Old value or new value? Come on. Old or new? Point of what? Point of where we learning point is there. Learning point is there. Very good. So we'll use here, because it's a post one. Very good. So we will use the old value 10 and multiply. This is pre. So we'll use the new value. Okay. Now understand that here, okay, x is 10 and y is 20. Very nice. And that will make the value 210. So z becomes 210. Okay. I am not saying x is 10, remain 10 only. After using it, it will be updated to 11. Okay, after using it, this will be getting updated to 11. Okay, after that it will become, but right now it will be 10. So 210, and then you say return z. Okay, then you say return z. So it will look like this. Okay, return 210. Okay, return 210. So now very simple, that control transfer happen, and when it's a return 210, okay, return 210, then in this place where it is called, this will be replaced or returned by 210, and this printf will be print 210, 210. Right? So answer for this answer is not important right now. Answer is not important. What is the thing? That is 210, 210 here, the final value. Okay, this is how function executes. Now let me introduce another type of variable, then we will go for the one problem that you will solve. That is very difficult to answer. Parakram 2.0, beta, full name you tell me. You can see in the planner, no? You can see in the planner. I can see my first schedule is about to start from 27th July. In the coming July, I think C programming is going to start. No, beta, it will print 210. Okay. He is saying that, but sir, the program is very first print state. There is only one printf statement. There is no very first. There is only single printf statement, and it will print the value 0. Right, cause the fun function was doing nothing, and after that the print statement that fun got is a different definition. Okay, no, it's not that. This is not the this is, there is no other print. There is only single print. I am not getting you. I'm not getting you what you are trying to say. Only one printf we called, and it will execute. Okay. Now let's have another program where I will have a global variable, and let's understand the global variable. Hash include. When I say a declaration int a, if you can rephrase your question, and I say int fun, int main, int fun, int foo, where I will not take any parameter. I will just do a is equal to a plus 10, and I will not even return any value. Okay. This is another style of the function. Then let's have another function void foo, and let's have a int a over here 10, and let's say a is equal to a plus 10. Foo is there, so let's have this as bar, and then close it. Sir, if the value is not given in attribute, which value we take? Value is not given in attribute means parameter, right? Value is not given, and if it is a local variable, okay, if you are saying that if it is not given, if I am getting you right, then it will take garbage value. Local variable take garbage value. So if it is a local variable and the values are not provided, then it will take the garbage value. Then it will give you some unpredictable response. Okay, it will give you some unpredictable response. Now this is bar. Okay, let's come to main, which is say that int main, and let's have a function int b is equal to 30, and I say a is equal to a plus b. Okay, a is equal to a plus b. Then I say printf %d and a comma b. Okay. Then I say foo, then I say bar, and then I say printf. One more time. So two printf is there, %d and only a. Okay. Now last but not the least is return the value 0. Tell me what will be the answer for this question. Okay. MCA can give gate. MCA people can give gate. The only thing is that you open the MTech admission criteria. IITs you are eligible. What was my information, last information? NITs do not entertain MCA people. Only IITs you can take the admission. So MCA people scope is little bit lesser, but IITs yes, you can take admission. Now go ahead and answer this. Answer this one. बताएंगे क्या आउटपुट आएगा? 3 आउटपुट आएगा बेटा। 1, अच्छा यहाँ पे थोड़ा जो आई हैव डन सम sort of syntax error, so let me just now tell me what will be the output over here. Okay, 3 outputs will be there. There will be 2% d, so that I have corrected. Do not say that sir error, syntax error, because you have not put the semicolon, it will not run. Yeah, these are my semicolon, these are my global variable, these are. No, it doesn't matter whether you are from NIT. I think for MTech in NIT, my last information, which I am not claiming it or it is absolutely true, is NIT, in NITs, they do not allow MCA degree. They want BE BTech specifically. Okay, that is my last information. I am not claiming it is correct. Okay, I am not claiming it is correct, but that was the idea for that last known thing. So we have to see the criteria for NIT's MTech admission. They strictly allow B. There are triple. There is a university of some University of Hyderabad. So there they allow MCA students. There they allow MCA student. Triple IT Hyderabad. Okay. But you will verify information. I am not claiming I am correct. I am not claiming, this is what I have last understanding. Okay. Whenever, now first thing you notice here, I have not done the declaration. Okay. I have not done the declaration. I have directly given the definition over here. Okay. So this both function, I have not done the forward declaration, and rather than declaration, I have given the definition. Okay. I have already given the definition. Okay, so I had directly given the function definition. Before that, okay, before that it was forward declaration, then definition. Here direct definition. Also notice the global variable, whenever a variable declared outside of the main function without any block, outside of this block, it is considered as global variable. Okay, now whenever the multiple functions are there, directly come to the main function. Let's say b is equal to 30. So b value is 30. Now observe that there is no a declaration. Okay. Now if it is a global variable and there is no conflict, conflict means there is no a, then this a is nothing but the global a only. So there is a g, a global, and it is assigned to the value 10. A is equal to a plus b. So now the value will become is 10 will be gone and it will become 40. When you say printf a and b, so it will print the value 40 and 30. Your first two value is 40 comma 30. Okay, 40 comma 30 here in this case. Then you call the foo function. Okay, then you call the foo function, and there is no variable a declared. So a value will be directly. Now understand, because it's a this a and this a are referring to the same variable a, it is no longer 10. Okay, so now you have to maintain a single copy. If you write 40 here and if you write 10 over here, then a is equal to a plus 10, you make 20 and answer will be wrong in that case. So now when you say a is equal to a plus 10, it will become 40 plus 10 and it will become in this case is 50. Okay, 50. So foo function changes variable a to 50. Now very interestingly, another time the function that is called here is bar. Bar function is called. Okay, a becomes 50. When bar function is called, observe that it is having its own a. This is the conflicting situation I am talking about. One is a global a, and here it is declaring its own a, and that will treat as a local a local, and still the value is 10. So when you say a is equal to a plus 10, okay, a is equal to a plus 10, then this local variable al will be updated 10 plus 10, and that is equal to 20. 10 plus 10, that is equal to, in this case, is 20. This a will be updated to 20. Why it is not referring global directly? Because it is having its own local a. So local global conflict, local is preferred. When you come here, okay, when you come here, you will find that A has already been changed to the value 50. Answer for this question is 40, 30 and 50. I can say it that it is the correct answer for this. Okay, it is the correct answer for this, that for variable A plus B changed to 40, print 40, 30, that is okay. Foo function change 40 to 50, 40 to 50, this will not change, and your output will be 40, 30 and 50. Okay, so that is the answer for this particular question, and that is the output 40, 30 and 50. Are you able to understand this, but the entire question over here? Okay, are you able to understand the entire question over here? Can you see this question? Can you see this particular question, and can you guess the output over here? Okay, there is a global variable, there is a foo function, there is a bar function, there is a 3 A and B passed, bar A has been passed. Okay, now if you are able to give this answer to me, I can say yes, you are able to understand. Okay, answer this question. A, B, C, D, 4 options are there. Let me know which one is correct. Okay, let me know which one is correct. It was easy question. I cannot go to the directly get standard question. So it was a easy question. और 28 टारगेट करने से बेटर रहेगा बेटा, 28 दैट विल बी बेटर. I think you should target 28. Let's start. Chalo. So let's solve this particular problem, and here we again start with this global variable that is equal to g is equal to 5 and int a3 and b4. Okay, so let's have r1 is equal to foo, the function, and we are calling 3 and 4. Okay, let's have 3 and 4 has been called here. Okay, so let's call here 3 and 4. So x value will become 3 and y value will become, in this case, is 4. Okay, z. Now z is equal to, now let's compute plus x, okay, and multiplied by y minus plus x, 3 will become, in this case, is 4, multiplied by y minus, so this is incremented, this is not decremented, 4 into 4, and that will be equal to 16. Okay, now here then when you say the value g plus equal to x, so g is been updated. Okay, G is been updated to the value G is equal to 5 plus 16 and that is equal to 21, and when you say return the value that will return here in this case is 21. Return Z. Okay, so G becomes 21. Okay, Z becomes 21, but when it come to return you are returning the value Z that is equal to in this case is 16. Okay, 16. So that is R1 value, and R1 will get here value in this case is 16. So I can cut down B and D option over here. Second time you are calling R2 is equal to bar A. Okay, bar 3. Okay, this second time you are going to call the value bar 3. Okay, bar 3. So now 3 has been called and it is saying 3 multiplied by G minus minus. Okay, G minus minus. Anything that I have done wrong? I don't think so. Multiplied by G minus minus 23. What I have done? R1 and R2 bar A value is 3. So I passed 3. Return A multiplied by G minus 1. G is equal to G plus X. Achha, X value. Okay, sorry. So G is not updated to say 21. X is G is equal to X, or X value is what? Plus plus. So it is 4. So it will become 5 plus 4 that is equal to 9. Sorry. So G updated to the value 9. Okay. And when you come over here this time, so now 3 multiplied by G minus minus, so that will be 927. So here when you call the value R is equal to bar A, the value will be R2 will be updated with the value 27. Answer for this question is A. A is the answer for this question. Okay, A is the answer for this question. This is updated to 9. It is saying G plus equal to X. So G value is 5 plus 4 that is equal to 9. A is the correct answer for this. Okay, A is the correct answer for this. Chali. Great. Let's come down to this question one more time. The update, same pattern, same category, just a different notation. Let's calculate one more time. Let's calculate one more time over here that 𝐂𝐴LCE and update function. Answer this question as well. सर अगर प्री इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है तो x की वैल्यू इन फू फंक्शन which was for a variable, then it won't affect the value which we no, it is a local variable, है ना, क्योंकि अब आप यहाँ पे x अगर इंक्रीमेंट अगर हो रहा है, right, if the x is getting incremented over here, it's a local variable. Okay, this x is a local variable here. So local variable will not affect. This is a different set of value. How we identify different set of value? Okay, that brackets के अगर if they are inside the bracket, so this is a different value, this is a different, there is no connection. How can we make the connection between the variable? So we can make the connection between the variable is by passing the pointer. So that we are not doing it right now. Okay, that we are not doing it right now. So no connection. Concentrate again on this. Few things. Return value is R. Q multiplied equal to X, and P and Q are both are variable here in this case. A bit maybe tricky. Maybe we can make the standard higher and higher. And if you really want to solve the difficult question, then refer last year MSQ series that will be available in YT. Challenging, and then practice series was there, MSQ and non-MSQ, so both the series were there. The GATE PYQs were there, so all series are available. If you want challenging problem, you can go. These lectures are basically is for the foundation, you can say, foundation lectures are there. So do not compare it as a book by the cover. Okay, I'm not here for the complete practice. We will come again. Will again come for the practice. No, you got the answer. Okay, both 90. Answer is not correct. Let's see. Option wrong hai? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if it is wrong. It is not a poll question. Maybe it may be wrong. It is okay. We will rectify the answer in that case. We will award the marks who is correct. So now let's start with A is equal to 6 and B is equal to 4. Okay, A 6, B 4. Okay, and X value and the first value, and we'll get the answer. 𝐂𝐤𝐴 is equal to 𝐂𝐤𝐴. We'll call the value the 𝐂𝐤𝐴 function with the 6 and 4. Okay, and 3, 6 options are there. Now here there is a variable r and it says that r is equal to x value is what? 6, y value is what? 4, x is 6 and y 4. X minus post, so that will be 6 minus and minus minus y, 6 minus and minus minus y. So I will use 6 but the value will become 5 minus 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 y, already it will become 3. So 6 minus 3, that is equal to 3. The first value that is being passed here is r, but hold on, that it is updating the value of q as well. Okay, so what q will be updated to? Q will be updated to, q is 2. Q is equal to 2 multiplied by x. What is the x value? So that is 5. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 5 updated value, and that is equal to 10. Okay, so because of this x minus minus, I have used the value 6, but because of decrement 6 will become 5. It is saying q is equal to multiplied by x, so this will become the value 10. Return r. So first value that returned over here in this case is 3. Returned r, so that is equal to in this case is 3. So first value 3. Now y is equal to another function is update x. Update x. Now we have to we are using this x value to return it here, and return r means r we have already seen, that is 3. Update x. So now I will pass the value here in this case is 3 because x is updated to the value 3. X is updated to the value 3, and that is also getting printed, so that is correct. Now here it says that p minus equal to a. P is what? 10. So p is equal to p minus a. I am passing the value. A is equal to 3. So it will be 10 minus p is 10. 10 minus 3, that is equal to 7. And now when you say return the value, it is a p plus plus. So I will use the value 7 multiplied by 10. Okay. Again there is a post. So beta answer C is coming in this cases. Option C is correct. Okay. Option C is coming correct here in this case is p plus plus multiplied by q. So p plus plus multiplied by q, I will use the value 7, though it will become 8 after that, though it will become p plus plus, it is 7 and now it will become 8. So the final value will be 8 and multiplied by q, that is 10. So now here in this case is 70. Answer for this question is C. X is 3, y is 70. Now tell me, now it will be the level will be keep on increasing, the level will be keep on increasing until we reach to a certain, let's say, understanding of the function, and you are be able to solve question related with this. So here answer is C. Answer is C, and 3 and 70 is the correct answer. Fine, great, no worries. Chalo, no. Okay. Madhav Babu, now let's see some Let's solve this question. Okay, let's solve this question. Normal function call 1, 2, 3, 4, global variable, local variable, x value and printing. Let's answer this particular question. It's a NAT type, numeric answer type. Okay, numeric answer type question, NAT question, and let's answer it. Go ahead. Next question. I believe you can do it, huh? But I want a correct answer, and reward is only for the correct answer only, right? How come? Very quick. X is declared 2 times. Where X has been declared? They are in different block. Huh? They are in different block. Okay, so you can see there is a blocking concept, that this is a 1 block and this is a 2 block. So they are declared in the different blocks. So no syntax error. Okay, no syntax. No, that was with static variable. The PYQ, if you want to remember it thoroughly. PYQ was with global variable, static variable. There is no static variable in this. So answer may differ. Okay, let's see. Okay, let us complete this one. Anyone else with the answer? I am waiting for your answer. Huh? Only one person has answered, so I am really waiting for your all answers. Great. So let's come to this function. X is equal to 1, okay, or x plus equal to. So x is equal to 1 plus the function, the first function you are calling f1. It's a 25 x plus plus and return x. Okay, so 25 will be incremented to 26. When we write x plus plus or x minus minus, yeah, minus minus x or x minus minus, separate independently. Okay, independently, its job is to only increment the value or decrement the value. Okay, so here when you say 25 increment, it will become 26. Similarly, when you call f2 function, it is 50, it will become 51 and return, so now it will become 51. Okay, now when you call f3, f3 is what? X multiplied by 100. What is the difference? No declaration of x in this block, no declaration of x in this block, declaration of x in this block, but no declaration of x here. Hence, this x is referring to the global variable. Okay, this x is referring to the global variable, and that will make x is equal to x multiplied by 10. Okay, x multiplied by 10, and that is equal to 10 multiplied by 10, and that is 100. Okay, so where the value it will get, that is 100. So now return x, it will be 100. Now surprise, 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 one more time you are calling the value f2. Okay, one more time you are calling the value f2, and when you call the f2 one more time, local variable will be again created with the value 50, again updated to the value 51, and again it will return the value 51. Because it's a local variable, again creation, again destroy, again creation, again destroy. It's not like a global variable that will last up to the end. So the last value will be also 51. So 26, 27, 28, 29, and x value is 229. That is the correct answer for this question. 229 is the correct answer for this particular question. Okay. Great. That is all for today's session. We are done for this today, and this is about function and the global variable. How does it work? And now I will see you tomorrow, and we'll talk about some more topics. I believe the third topic here that we are going to discuss tomorrow is not it's related with function only. Okay. Let me check once. I'll give you the some glimpse about that. So the topic for next day is recursion. Okay, we will talk about recursion tomorrow. Guaranteed question from this topic. I don't know the level, but yes, recursion is tomorrow's topic, 6:30. Okay, tomorrow 6:30 p.m. Okay. Thank you all of you. I will again meet you tomorrow with another important topic where question is guaranteed is recursion. Okay. See you all. See you tomorrow. Okay. Great.